Hello students, in the last lecture we completed 8 MCQ. We will continue with the MCQ number 9. Now in this MCQ it is given that how will you connect 25 cells each of internal resistance 1 ohm so as to get a maximum power output across a load of 6 ohms. Now there is a correction in this numerical or in this MCQ. The external resistance given in the question is 10 ohms. The corrected value should be 6 ohms. So in the question there is a misprint. You do the correction in question number 9. The external resistance given is 6 ohms. Each cell have an internal resistance of 1 ohm, and how many total cells we have? 24 cells we have. Now we have to find out how this 24 cells should be connected so that the maximum power output take place across a load. So we don't know what should be the combination. So let us assume we connected this few cells in series. So let n be the number of cells connected in series, and we made such rows, that is, let this row be m. This row will be m. So we have n cells connected in the series, and such identical cells we have m row. So this is row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, n rows, m rows we don't know. So n is the number of cells in a series, and here m is number of row or number of rows, n is number of cells in each row. So this is a situation. Now we have an external resistance, that is capital R. We have to find out how this cells should be connected so that we have the maximum power dissipated across this resistance. Now if you remember our theoretical portion, for the maximum power dissipation, the external resistance should be equal to the internal resistance. So first we will find out the equivalent resistance of this network or of this circuit. Now we have n identical cells. Let the EMF of each cell is E. Let the EMF of each cell is E, and the internal resistance of each cell is small r, that is value is given 1 ohms. So for each row, this is one row, we have resistance NR, for this row NR, for this row NR. So we have n such rows. So R equivalent, or I can write like this also, 1 upon R equivalent is equal to 1 upon NR plus 1 upon NR, because it is a parallel combination, plus dash 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 1 upon NR. Now we don't know what is the total number of rows. So we assume we have a m rows. So it becomes 1 upon R equivalent is equal to m upon NR, where m is the number of rows. And therefore R equivalent of entire circuit becomes NR upon m. This is the first equation. Now for maximum power output, for maximum power across load, capital R should be equal to R equivalent, and therefore capital R is equal to NR upon N. Now we know the value of capital R and the small r, and therefore capital R upon small r is equal to n upon m. This implies 6 upon 1 is equal to n upon m. So therefore, m can be written as n by 6, or you can say n is equal to 6 times m. That is the relation between the number of rows and the number of cells in each row. That ratio should be equal to, that is n upon m should be equal to 6. Now total number of cells. So what will this, how will you write the total number of cells? Total number of cells is equal to, we have n cell in this. So n cell, suppose I take 3 cells and we have 3 row. So 3 plus 3 plus 3, that is 9. So it should be equal to n into m. So total number of cells should be equal to n into m. So if I take, for example, 3 cell in each row and I have such 3 rows, so it should be equal to 3 into 3, 9 cells will be there. But here it is 24 given. So 24 is equal to nm. Therefore, or this implies, again m is equal to n by 6. So from this m is equal to 24 by n. Now we compare these two values of m, and therefore n by 6 is equal to 24 by n. Therefore n square is equal to 24 into 6. So n is square is equal to 4, that is 144. So n is equal to 12. Now once n is equal to 12, this implies m should be equal to 2. So we should have 2 rows, that is m is equal to 2 row, and each row should have 12 cells connected in series. So 2 rows having 12 cells in each row. So that is option A given to. So in the option we have A itself, that is 2 rows having 12 cells in each row. Now question number 10, MCQ number 10. 12 cells each having same EMF are connected in series and are kept in a box. Say some cells are wrongly connected. So we have a battery which consists of 12 cells. So we have a battery which consists of 12 cells inside it. So we have 12 cells like this inside it. Some cells are wrongly connected. We don't know how many cells are wrongly connected in it. This battery is connected in series with an ammeter. So this is connected in series with ammeter and 2 identical cells. So same cells having a EMF E. Suppose EMF of each cell is E, and 2 identical cells. The current is 3 ampere when cells and battery support each other. So let us take this terminal as plus and minus. So plus minus, that is a helping condition. So this is minus plus, plus minus plus, minus plus. This is called as a helping condition. Then the current in the circuit is, say, I1, which is given as 3 ampere and 2 ampere when they oppose each other. So if I interchange this terminal, then the current in the circuit, so in helping condition, I1 is equal to 3 ampere. And in opposing condition, I2 is equal to 2 ampere. We have to find out how many cells in the battery are wrongly connected. So we have to find out the number of cells which are connected in a wrong way inside the battery. So we don't know that number. So let n be the number of cells wrongly connected in battery. So we have to find out the total EMF of the battery. We have to find out the total EMF of the battery. So EMF of the battery, say E of battery. Now see, there are 12 batteries. If 12 are connected in a correct manner, that is in a helping condition, the total EMF should be 12E. But we don't know how many are wrongly connected. N are wrongly connected. So first, we write 12 minus NE. N is wrongly connected. So how many are connected in a helping condition? 1 less than total number. So see, we have total number to be 12. If I say 3 are wrongly connected, 3 are wrongly connected, it means 9 are connected in the proper way or in a helping condition. So total EMF becomes 9E. So how I write this 9E? 12 minus NE. Now how many are wrongly connected, which are connected in a wrong way, that is opposing, that EMF should be subtracted from it. That EMF should be subtracted from it. So we have connected N wrong. So NE. So this is the EMF of a battery. Suppose 2 is wrongly connected. So the EMF of 10 which are in a helping condition or correctly connected will be 10E, and 2 are opposing, so minus 2E. So we have written 12 minus NE minus NE. Now this is the EMF of a battery. Now we find out the total current in the circuit. I1 is equal to total EMF upon total resistance. Now resistance of a battery. So resistance is always added. So it becomes 12R because we have 12 cells. So each cell have internal resistance of R. So 12R. So total resistance of entire circuit, 12R for this. This 2 are helping. So 12R plus 2R. Total EMF, that is EMF of a battery plus this 2 are helping. So E of battery plus 2E more. Therefore, I1 is 3. So 3 is equal to 12 minus NE minus NE upon 14R. This is the total resistance of the entire circuit. Similarly, when these 2 are opposing, so we interchange that terminal. At that time, the current in the circuit becomes I2, that is 2 ampere. So again now I2 is equal to total EMF. So we have not changed any cell in a battery. So E battery. Now these 2 are opposing. So here we have minus 2IC. Internal resistance, it will remain 14R only. So this is your equation number 2, or I can write I2 is equal to 2 is equal to E battery. E battery means 12 minus NE minus NE minus twice E upon 14R. That is equation number 2. We have to find out the total number of cells which are wrongly connected. We have 2 equations. R can be eliminated because they are equal. So I take a ratio of this equation. So taking the ratio of equation, 3 by 2 is equal to 12 minus NE minus NE plus this twice E also is there. So E battery 12 minus NE minus NE and 2E, they are helping. So plus 2E upon 12 minus NE minus NE minus twice E, because now the two are opposite. So we evaluate this portion. Therefore, 3 times, or I can open this bracket, it becomes 12 minus NE minus twice E. This is equal to 2 12E minus NE plus twice E. So we do the cross multiplication. So this is 12. Now see this 12E minus NE. So here we have 3, here we have 2. So one term will remain for this, or you can directly open this bracket, 36E minus thrice NE minus thrice NE, so it can be written as minus 6NE minus 6E is equal to 24E minus again 2 to 4NE plus 4E. Now this is 36 minus 24, 8E minus 6 plus 4 minus twice NE is equal to 10E. So E is cancelled. So we take this twice N, 2N minus 2N is equal to 2. So N comes out to be 1 here with a negative sign. See, N is cannot be negative. So we have 36E equal to 24. So it becomes actually 12E. So it becomes minus twice N is equal to minus 2. So N is equal to 1. So here we have a calculation mistake. So it is 12. So N is equal to 1. So how many cells are connected in a wrong manner? So it is 1. That is option number C. So one cell is wrongly connected in the battery. Let us see MCQ number 11. 3 identical cells, each of EMF 2 volt and unknown internal resistance are connected in parallel. So we have 3 identical cells, each having internal resistance same. All 3 are connected in parallel combination. So let the EMF of each cell is E. This combination is connected to a 5 ohm resistance. So this is a 5 ohm resistance. Let this be a external resistance capital R. If the terminal voltage across the cell is 1.5 volt, so this is the terminal voltage between point A and B, that is equal to the potential difference across R only, so that is 1.5 volt. What is the internal resistance of the cell, each cell? What is the internal resistance of each cell? Each cell is of 2 volt. So we have to find out the internal resistance of this circuit. Clearly all the 3 cells are connected in parallel combination. So first we find out the current directly in the circuit. So what will be the current in the circuit? I is equal to total EMF divided by total resistance. Now we know that in parallel combination the EMF remains same. So EMF of this combination is 2 volt only. Total resistance, so these are 3 in parallel combination, so R equivalent becomes R by 3. So total resistance is external plus equivalent of internal. This is your I. So we the value of R is also given. We have to find out the value of small r. So 2 upon 5 plus R by 3 you can calculate this value here. So it becomes 6 upon 15 plus R. Now voltage, terminal voltage across AB is equal to the terminal voltage across CD. So we apply the Ohm's law. Now VCD is equal to 1.5. Therefore, I of R, that is the Ohm's law, is equal to 1.5. I is known to us here. So it is 6 upon 15 plus R into 5, that is our external, is equal to 1.5. So this is equal to 30 is equal to 1.5 15 plus R. So this can be written as 30 is equal to, so either you do 15 into 1.5, that will be equal to 15 ones are 15 plus 7.5. So 15 plus 7.5, that is 12.5 plus 1.5 R. So this can be written as 7.5 is equal to 1.5 R. So R is equal to 5. R is equal to 5. So the total internal resistance of this combination or the given circuit is 5 ohm. That is option number A. Now this MCQ number 12, we have a circuit given. We have to determine the value of I1 and I3. So we have labeled this I1, I2, R1, R2, R3. We have to apply the Kirchhoff's second law. We have 3 variables, so we should have 3 loop. So applying Kirchhoff's second law to the loop, one loop is this itself, the upper half, that is A, B, C, D, A. So applying the Kirchhoff's second law to the loop A, B, C, D, A. So starting from A, now this is I3, then we have I2, here I2 comes at this point, so it becomes I2 plus I3, that is equal to I1 also. So we have one more equation. So for 3 unknown, either you take a 3 loop, one will be 1 half, second half and the entire circuit, or you can use the Kirchhoff first law at a junction D or C, where I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. So let us apply the Kirchhoff second law to the loop A, B, C, D, A. So we are moving from A to B. The current is I1. You are moving in the direction of current. So minus 2 ohms. So minus 2 I1. We get a negative terminal. So minus 24. Again you are moving in the direction of the current. Voltage is plus 27. First terminal is positive. Then you are moving in the direction of the current. So minus 6 I2. 6 I1 and 6 I2. So therefore minus 2 I1 minus 6 I2 is equal to minus 3. So this is your equation number 1. Similarly, applying Kirchhoff's second law to the loop, now we take a lower half, say C, E, F, D, C. So again in the direction of current, minus 4 I3, current coming from opposite side, plus 6 I2, we come across a negative terminal, that is minus 27. So we have this equation number 2. Now see, we have I3. Here the equation is in the terms of I1 and I2, here I3 and I2. So I3 can be eliminated using the first law at junction D. So at junction D, I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. This implies I3 is equal to I1 minus I2. So we take this current I3 to be I1 minus I2 in this equation. So equation 2 becomes minus 4 I1 minus I2 plus 6 I2 is equal to minus 27. So minus 4 I1 plus 4 I2 plus 6 I2 is equal to minus 27. So minus 4 I1 plus 10 I2 is equal to minus 27. This is your equation number 3. We have to find out I3 and I1, so we must have eliminated I2 instead of I3, but let us find out I1 and I2 now. So taking the help of this equation, that is minus 2I1 minus 6I2 is equal to minus 3, that is say equation number 4. So we multiply this equation by 6 and this equation by 10. So again we have two equations, minus 24I1 plus 60I2 is equal to minus 27 into 6. So 2, 4, 12, 16 minus 162 and this by 10. So minus 20I1 minus 60I2 is equal to minus 30. Now we add this equation. So this becomes minus 44I1 is equal to minus 192. So I1 is equal to 192 divided by 44. So if we go through this option, I1 is we check that 44 3s are, because we have option in 3, so it is 132. So 3 ampere is not possible. We have 3 ampere, 3 ampere, 2 ampere and the 1 ampere. So 44 3s are 132. So here it is, we have added this equation, it is 192. So we have option 3 ampere, 3 ampere, 2 ampere, 1 ampere. So somewhere in applying this equation to the loop AB, let us recheck this. Applying Kirchhoff law to loop AB, in the direction of current, minus 2I1, negative terminal, minus 24, positive terminal, plus 27, in the direction of current, minus 6I2. So minus 2, okay, minus 24 plus 27. So here we have a mistake. It is plus 3. So this is plus 3, this is plus 30. So it becomes minus 132. Now we have I1 is equal to 3 ampere. So we go through our option. We have option A as well as option C as 3 ampere. So we have to calculate now I3 also. Now I2. First we calculate I2 by substituting this value. I1 is 3 ampere. So we take the help of any equation here. Let us take the help of equation number 1. So equation 1, we find out I2. I1 is 3 ampere. So you do this calculation, minus 6I minus 6I2 is equal to 3. I1 is taken as 3. So minus 6I2 is equal to 9. So I2 is equal to minus 9 by 6, that is minus 1.5 ampere. Minus sign means the direction given in the circuit should be opposite. The direction given in the circuit should be opposite. So the equation they have given the direction. So in actual situation, in practical, the direction of I2 should be reversed. However, negative sign indicate that whatever current direction we have taken, it should be opposite. Now I1 is 3, so I3 is equal to I1 minus I2. So it becomes 3 minus 1.5, that is 1.5 ampere. Here it should be 1.5 ampere. Sorry, I2 is equal to minus 1.5. So it becomes 4.5 ampere. So I3 should be equal to 4.5 ampere. That is option number C. So you do this calculation in a proper manner. So first half, second half, the junction rule, and then the mathematical calculation. MCQ 13. Calculate the potential difference between point D and B in the circuit. So we have to find out potential difference between D and B, that is VD minus VB. All the values are given in the MCQ. So we start from D and via C or via A, we stop at point B. So applying Kirchhoff second law, now it is not a loop, path D, C to B. So we start with D. Here the current is 1 ampere. So VD minus in the direction of current, that is 4 volt. Then current is coming from opposite side, that is also 1 ampere. So plus 2 is equal to VB. So VD minus 2 is equal to VB. So VD minus VB is equal to 2 volt. That is option number D. So it is a direct open path formula, option D. So we wind up this current electricity MCQ, which were directly based on the Kirchhoff law. In the next lecture, we will continue with more such MCQ of level 2. Have a nice day.